Salutations, every pup. It's good to be back on the air. I know it's been a while since I've delivered a PODFIC of style, and I apologize. I have been so busy with life stuff. But enough about that. Today I will be reading chapter 26 of Shutterbug by Iriley. With all that being said, let's jump on into it. Chapter 26. Waking up to a call, Peter answers it with a yawn. Mello? Peter, I hate to ask you, but can you take a job? You leave today in like an hour. Stephen's wife went into labor. Peter blinks and nods, barely registering what was said. Oh, where? Star City. I just sent you the online ticket. There'll be a car waiting for you to take you to the shoot. The phone hangs up a moment after Peter grunted an acknowledgement. Sitting on his bed for a moment, Peter's brain catches up. Shit! One scramble later. Sitting on the train, Peter lets out a sigh. Honestly, he's not even sure what he packed. The ride passed by relatively fast, and soon enough, Peter was sitting in the back of a black limo. Evidently, the shoot is for a rich man who's been through it. Ended up stranded on an island for 5 years and became a man of the people. Soup kitchens, charities, scholarships, houses, you name it, and he's done it. Said man is also sitting across from him. The car that had been sent to pick him up was the limo the blonde man was riding in. Short blonde hair and a matching blonde goatee, dark green eyes smile at him from across the car. Hello, Mr. Queen. Oliver Queen. But you can just call me Oliver. Right, Mr. Oliver. My name's Peter. I was put on this job pretty last minute, so would you mind me asking the inspiration for the photo shoot? Is it a modeling shoot? A charity event? The man laughs. Nothing like that. There's a magazine that wanted to do an article about my day to day. It just so happens a good friend of mine recommended your company. In all honesty, I had hoped to book you from the beginning, but they had to give others work. Peter blinks. Man of the people may have been a stretch. So, you will be following me around on my daily, so be ready for a long one. The man continues, and shortly after they made it to their first stop. Seeing a large building with heavy security, Mr. Queen, a tall guard says as they enter, stopping Peter with a harsh glare. You don't have clearance. Peter frowns. You need clearance to enter a building? The man scoffs. It's not just a building. This is Queen Industry, research and development of military assets. You wouldn't understand half of what they talked about anyways. The man smirks down at him. Seeing Oliver start to open his mouth, Peter cuts in. Things like the two-dimensional thrust vector nozzles used on the F-22 Raptor? Or the twin turbofan engine used for the C-21? The man gets angry at this, and Peter lets Oliver take control of the conversation. Easy, big guy. He's with me. It only makes the man more mad, but he lets Peter through. Once in the door, Oliver turns to Peter. Had no clue you knew about this stuff, kid. Peter chuckles and rubs the back of his neck. I have some experience with tech. My uncle was also big on aircrafts. Taught me a bunch. The man nods, and they make a quick stop at the front desk. Hey, just need an ID for my shadow. The lady gives a big smile and does exactly that. All access, too. They make their way to the elevator and up to the top floor, moving into Oliver's office. Despite the man's previous attitude, he jumps into his work, seeming to forget about Peter after a little bit. A quick word thrown his way before starting on his paperwork. Go explore, kid. I've got some paperwork to do before we get to the fun stuff. Peter stuck around long enough to get a picture of Oliver working on documents, getting an angle where the content isn't legible. After that, he was out of the door and ready to explore. Peter spends the next few hours walking around the different floors and looking at the labs before making his way back to Oliver's office. Perfect timing. Was just about to go find you for lunch. Oliver stands and starts to walk out the door, waiting for the elevator while Peter follows behind. Once on the ground floor, they make their way out the front, the same guy standing guard as before. He sends a nod to Oliver and a glare at Peter, and if Peter turns enough so his all access ID card shows to the large man, then that's for him to know. Ignoring the look he gets from the guard, Peter follows Oliver to the car and listens as the man orders ahead at what he thinks is a sushi place. What do you have in, Pete? Kali roll, uramaki, spider roll, or dragon roll? Peter opens his mouth to speak, but he's cut off. I'll order some of each. Peter sighs, but watches as Oliver looks out the window while ordering. Pulling his camera up, Peter takes a picture and ignores the side glance from the older man. Soon enough, they were in a fancy-looking room, an older Chinese-style decor being the running theme. After they were seated, a waiter walked out and took their drink orders, a water for Peter and sake for Oliver. Peter snaps a quick photo of the man as he took a sip, and ignores the hidden cringe the man gave at the taste, telling the waiter it was perfect. The waiter had set the bottle down and left to get the plates. Want a sip? The man offers. No, thank you. I don't drink. The man shrugs and downs what's left in his cup, not pouring a second. Fair enough. So, Pete, what are your plans for tonight? Peter blinks. Uh, Probably get a hotel room and fill out some paperwork, book a ticket back. Oliver shakes his head and tuts. Pete, come on, you're in Star City. You gotta go out on the town. See the sights, meet all the girls. Right, Peter says, as the waiters come out carrying 3 trays. They bow slightly and leave the 2 to eat. Oliver slides his plate over and pushes 3 to Peter. Eat up, kid. Tonight, we hit the town. Peter sighs and snaps a picture of Oliver struggling with his chopsticks, a piece of sushi dropping from the 2 sticks as he takes it before starting on his own. That night, not only did Peter get whisked to a clothing store, where Oliver took over and styled his outfit for the night, and bought it, but he was then dragged to a party bar. The man standing post at the door saw Oliver and had let him and Peter in ahead of the line. After a few minutes of talking to the bartender for drinks, Oliver completely disappeared into the crowd, leaving Peter to stand by the bar. Shaking his head with a sigh, Peter sits down at the bar and orders a soda. Watching the dance floor, Peter sees glimpses of Oliver dancing with people seemingly drunk. Peter knew better, having seen Tony do the same. Oliver has an image to uphold, it seems. Hearing the sound of glass hitting the wood, Peter turns to see his drink in front of him. Nodding to the man as he leaves, Peter watches the crowd move to the music, taking a sip of his drink. There's a lot of people here. Probably 'cause it's Friday. Peter pulls his camera up to his face when he spots Oliver sitting on a couch, 3 ladies joining him. Once he has it, he shuts the camera down. He's gotten enough pictures for the magazine to pick through. He moves to pay his short tab when a girl sits beside him. Can I buy you a drink? Peter smiles but shakes his head, turning towards her. Sorry, I'm actually about to leave. Why don't you take me with you then? All Peter can do is chuckle awkwardly. With Oliver. Half listening to the woman on his right, Oliver glances over to Peter. Seeing him talking to a girl, Oliver smiles a bit. I knew I should have taken him out tonight. Go get her, kid. Finishing that thought, he tunes back into the woman surrounding him. With Peter. After trying to excuse himself a few more times, Peter is ready to give up and just let her flirt when he sees a dangerously familiar face. He'd take dangerous over this. Tara, what are you doing here? She smirks at him and walks over, bumping the woman out of the way in the process. A small, "Hey!" from the girl. Funny seeing you here, she smirks. Funny indeed. He nods to the door. Care to chat outside? She smiles. With pleasure. She slinks outside with Peter following after her, the other girl making a snide comment as they leave. Once they're outside and stepped into the side alley, Peter starts. Well, I'm thankful for the save. I don't appreciate being followed around. The when I don't know, he keeps to himself. He's slowly starting to get his spider sense back, but it's been a long process. No thanks necessary. After all, it's time for you to meet. Before Peter can question her, his vision starts to fade around the edges while his body becomes heavy. When? He starts, but is cut off. When you ordered the soda, you really do need to be more aware of your surroundings. He starts to stumble away, but she pulls him back before he can make it to the end of the alley. Not so fast. He's been waiting long enough. Should have just taken my chances with the girl. Cursing his luck, Peter struggles against his heavy eyelids and now bound limbs, vaguely registering his body being moved as Tara hums, "Time to go meet Slade." Author's notes. Oliver, aka Green Arrow, does not know about Jason liking Peter. Otherwise, he wouldn't have told Peter to mingle with the ladies. And that's a wrap on chapter 26. I hope you all enjoyed. This was actually very fun to read, and I would like to apologize to everyone because I have been gone for so long, and I know I've been gone for so long. I'm sorry. I've been so busy doing life stuff. I really have no proper excuse, but I'll be trying to resume my daily schedule. Fingers crossed. I got my continued education hours done, but I still have to write a resume, find a job, get a license, and buy a car, and all that fun life stuff. Anyway, all that being said, please go show Iriley, the original author, some love, and please leave me a comment. I love reading comments. They make me so happy. Please leave me specifically a hate comment, and I will shout you out in my next chapter, which will be chapter 34 on the 11th. If you want to read the next chapter, the next person who will be doing it will be Evie as Evil. And if you're wondering where you can find chapter 25, that would have been done by Dust Bunny. I would like to take this moment to give a shout out to all the people who left a hate comment on the last time I did a chapter, which was chapter 10. So, shout out to Magikarp1812. And that is all. Thank you, Magikarp1812, for your hate comment. Please don't go show these people any hate, because I ask for hate comments, because I'm a weirdo. If you are curious, I ask so that whenever I do get a hate comment, it's part of the bit. Now, all of that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, pups.